surprised that the last time I checked the prices on my Nintendo Entertainment System games, they were not as expensive as they are today. So today we're talking about my top 10 Nintendo Entertainment System games. These are going to be loose cartridges. So we'll just jump into it. I'm Gamer Ahmer, and first up we are going to have this game right here, DuckTales II. These are all going to be from price charting prices. So this game loose, we have it at $241.86. This is similar to the first game, but it's just so much better. It's easier to use the pogo stick. You just go around, you collect money. You get to use hooks and rafts as you're going through the game. Now, I hate when you lose everything unless you equip a safe, but you do get different endings. So depending on if you have any money at the end, that's definitely a way to have this replayability. But this one is one that's so great. Absolutely love DuckTales. I love the song, and I love this entire franchise. So this is a must-have in your collection. Next up, this game right here definitely shocked me. We have the Jetsons. This is Cogswell's Caper. So this game had a lot going on, but this one is $218.54. I love the cartoon growing up, this and the Flintstones, and pretty much in this game, George must stop Cogswell. So you go on this side-scrolling adventure, you get to avoid obstacles, you have this whole flipping gravity mechanic, which is really neat to see, and I just love how you have different stages in here. But come on, a jungle in the Jetsons, that is just something that I thought was really out of place in this game. Now, the rock concert stage was really a fun one, and this can be pretty difficult as I was going through that particular stage, and that's really what I remember with this game. I just really enjoyed it, but for these prices, I'm just not sure that I would spend that in today's time. Then next up, we have one of my favorite Nintendo Entertainment System games. We have Bucky Oare. This is a must-have in any collection, and I thought it was crazy that the rental store put a sticker on the cartridge, which I left on here. Be kind, please rewind. So I thought that was pretty comical because the person obviously knew, or didn't know at the time, what this meant and did not understand Nintendo games. But this one comes in at $145.99. This, you should not overlook this classic. This is an action-adventure game where you get to rescue the 4 crew members. So you get to choose from the 4 different planets in any order. And once you go through these different planets, you get to unlock characters and you can switch between them on the fly. So each one has their own powers, abilities, like jumping high. You have different ones that fly, shoot, laser. So it's actually a really fun time, and I just love the variety in here. This whole presentation of what they do with the level designs is just spectacular. This is really a fantastic game, and it's just one that you guys have to try out. But, for these prices, maybe you can try and find them a little bit cheaper, or find other means, to play some of these classics. But this one is definitely a must-own for your Nintendo Entertainment System. So if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification, because I do have an announcement at the end of this video that you guys do not want to miss out, especially if you love the NES. So next up on the list, we have Contra Force. Now, I know it's nothing like Contra at all. This is probably one of the worst games in the whole series if you're looking for a Contra-esque style game. But this one is pretty expensive at $141.25. So this is like the most un-Contra game that you can actually have. You have 4 different players, you have these different weapon upgrades. Now, the slowdown issues are really what it makes this game feel like an un-Contra game. So this would have been something a little bit different, and when they were working on it, they just changed the title to Contra Force. But this was not really supposed to be another Contra game. So when I got this game, I was definitely disappointed, and especially for that price tag. This game is one that actually shocked me, so I didn't even realize I had it in my collection for this price. So this is going to be Zen Intergalactic Ninja, and this one comes in at $125.81. So this was pretty much this whole like superhero comic, and they went through and turned it into a game. So you get to recycle trash and different items, and it's pretty much one of those like pollution is the problem games. But the music and the presentation is fantastic in this game. Definitely pumps you up with the beats. And I love how you have like the different oil and flames in one of the episodes, or like little parts of this. You have Toxic Factory, where you have this isometric view, and that's probably the most challenging area that you're going through. There are like 4 levels, and you have Acid Rain, where you get to save the flowers, and you're just moving rather quickly in this game. So it's a pretty fun one, and this is one that you should not sleep on. But for that price, you know, you kind of have to see if that is going to be worth it. But I think this one is going to be worth it. Now we all remember Mega Man, and we loved and hated some of these games on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Mega Man 5 is up there in price, and it's not even the better of the Mega Mans. So here we have this one coming in at $116.53. So I absolutely loved the level where they shifted gravity in this particular game, but it wasn't the best or one of my favorites. I definitely enjoyed a lot of the previous NES games, as I thought they were much better, and I thought that some of the weapons were a lot better than this particular one. But this is, you know, some people's favorite, and that's okay too. But for this price, I don't think I would actually pay that in today's time for this particular game. I just don't think that it is worth it. Then we have this game. So when I saw this game back then, I did not pay the price for it. I actually got it way cheaper than what it goes for now, because I thought this was very interesting. This is Scoon. So it's just an interesting little shoot 'em up. And this game goes for $106.84. So pretty much you have a pink submarine and you're underwater. So you have this underwater shoot 'em up. You have different missiles. You have these like bombs that are kind of like ice balls. And you have to rescue the people, because there's this entire backstory in the game of why there are people underwater and invasions, and you have to save the people. But there's 8 different stages all over. You just have to keep an eye on the fuel, so that makes it a little bit more challenging as you're going through. And everything is just all over the place. You have to avoid and pay attention to everything that is on the screen. But this was a fun little playthrough when I picked it up a while back, and I think I paid less than like $40 or something for it at the time. So that was a heck of a deal compared to what it goes for now. And then on to this game, Toxic Crusaders. So back then we had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We had Toxic Crusaders. The toys looked very similar. You have these like toxic creatures, and they are trying to save the world essentially. But this game right here comes in at $102.50. You're saving the planet and combating, you know, pollution. So you have this whole side-scrolling beat 'em up. Definitely has so much going on, because you have this platforming as well, 6 different levels, and it is a lot better on the Genesis. But this sadly is not one that is like the best style game, because you could just play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that'll always be a favorite for less of a price than $102. So that's just insane. But I can't wait until they have the new Toxic Crusaders game come out, and I'm so excited for that one. So that's one that I'm really looking forward to, and that might be a way to play this franchise much cheaper than the Nintendo Entertainment System. Then on to Felix the Cat. This is actually a really good game as well. So this is one that I was really joyed to get back then, but we have it for $95.53. This is an action platformer, looks amazing, so colorful, the sprites are great in this game. You have 9 different worlds, just very different, and I love how everything looks and everything plays. You have power-ups, are super easy, walk, jump attack, you can glide and even swim in this game. There's just a lot going on, and it's a fun time. So I definitely recommend Felix the Cat on the NES. Then on to this game. So here we have Mega Man. So I liked a couple of the other ones rather than this particular one, but you could get this game for $80. So I remember this one being pretty difficult, but I really enjoyed it because it did introduce a lot. So some of the best of this game is going to be nostalgic for me, And it's an amazing series that I just enjoy following, especially on the Nintendo Entertainment System. But this one, I just remember it being not the best when I started playing 2 and even 4. So those are some of my favorites in this whole entire series here. Just 2, 3, and 4 I'd probably have to say. But 5 wasn't my favorite, and definitely not 1. You know, this might be the most nostalgic, but some of the other ones did a lot of things much better. So I want to know, which one is your favorite Mega Man game? So it is just wild and surprising that some of these like simple games would even make it into the hundreds of dollars. Just having over $1,000 in my hand of these Nintendo Entertainment System games, it's just wild that people would pay some of these crazy prices. And of course, I'm going to be one of those crazy people, because I just went through my list here and I started highlighting all of the games that I had. And these expensive games, I have plenty of them complete in the box that are even more valuable, more expensive than these ones right here. But I can't wait to go on this journey of trying to also collect every single Nintendo Entertainment System game, with going through Super Nintendo and some of the other sets and seeing how challenging it can be when you get, you know, with just a few hundred left in the set, trying to find them out and about, trying to find those deals. Definitely like sparked this joy of trying to relive my childhood, collecting more and more games that I really enjoyed, and some of the ones that I definitely missed out on. This was the first console that I ever played, and I just can't wait to explore more and more for this system. And as I was going through and crossing some of these games off, I could not believe how much they were and how much the games have went up, because some of the original price stickers were on these, and I only paid like $6, $7, $20. It is insane the amount that these games have went up, but I want to take that as a challenge. So what are some of your favorite Nintendo Entertainment System games? What are some that I will need to complete this set, and ones that I should definitely look out for? So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.